Oh, yes, yes.
Is there kissing and hugging as affection? Do they mention that or not?
That wasn't mentioned. No.
Not mentioned?
No. Because, of course, that is a physical kind of thing. I mean,
But so
I'm
is
sure.
race car driving.
Yes, but what he went on to say is that in fairly short order, people, and he used a phrase, most people spread their wings once they're there and they realize there's so many other things to do.
Such as? What else do they do?
Oh, we didn't get into details,
No.
but other activities that aren't dependent on say things that were done on Earth plane.
Now, any of them
necessarily.
mischievous like me, or are they better behaved?
I don't know. I'm sure they still have fun.
Yes, they have fun, yes?
Yes.
But they're
and-
all
and,
good-hearted, apparently. For some of these people in this book weren't Frank Sinatra. Some people think, forgive me, Frank, I hope you're not danger. This is a brave thing to say. Some people, I wouldn't say it, said he had a lot of mob connections, for example.
Exactly.
So what about that?
I believe there's a kind of evaluation on the soul's own, not by an outside judging force.
But we judge it, yes.
We get a
that's
review
tough.
of life.
Oh, we're tough. Not everyone's we have great people in the audience. Not everyone treats themselves as kindly as you do. Some of us give ourselves, I have a friend of mine who says if anyone treated him the way he treats himself, he'd never talk to them again.
We give ourselves a hard time and.
But you don't probably anymore, right? Because you've got all these friends. Are you nice? Are you?
That doesn't mean I've done my evolution. I mean.
Oh.
Sure. I mean, but.
Are you a better person now because of this?
Oh, yes.
You
yes.
are? Oh, good. In what way?
I feel I'm finally doing the work that my soul came here to do.
Oh, and you didn't know that before. What work were you doing before this?
Well, I was reading spiritual channeled literature for many years. Before that, I hadn't been as aware of it. Yes, the coming of this book and the kind of connection with spirit has profoundly gladdened me and given me purpose. And
That's very nice. Oh, so that's
and
and you had purpose before, but this is more purpose, or you weren't like lost and
no.
like me most days. You were.
Well,
you were. Yes. No. We don't want to. We don't want to go.
No,
there.
not badly lost,
Yes.
but I mean, I think that when you're doing your soul's work, as Mother Teresa refers to it in here, she she said, people used to talk about the term saint in regard that she was a saint or something,
she's
and
probably gonna be made a saint.
she said. It had nothing to do with being a saint. It was that she was doing the work that her soul had planned for herself in this lifetime, and it was so joyful. It was nothing to do with being a saint. It was just doing her soul's work.
Because
that
her
was so
journals said that she only had an experience of God about 3 weeks in her whole life, and she was extreme. You might be aware of this, and she extremely distraught about the fact that she didn't have it more than that, than those 3 weeks, that she really missed. It was, my God, why hast thou forsaken me, not for a day on the cross, but for her whole life.
It's well, again, the messages have come from the spirit realm.
Yes.
And again, they're back at home, so to speak.
So they're feeling better.
And so they are feeling better. They have a bigger perspective, a larger than physical life perspective back, and so that is the forgetting of so much that is truth and spirit on the human plane because of the lower vibrations or whatever. The forgetting is really the great challenge of human life.
To forget that we're really connected to the...
That we're really connected, that life is eternal, and that, the only real energy is love, and, all these truths, but we do forget it.
What about all the hatred in the world?
Well, that, of course, is a lack of love, so it's not...
Oh, so it's still love, but it's just love missing? But it doesn't feel like lack of love when someone is... I mean, people are torturing people all over the world now, including
Right, but
The
it
United
is
States
just
was
a
accused
lack of love. I mean, they're in the darkness as opposed to being in the light. You know,
Yes.
it's not. It's a slight difference. Although, of course, it's everything in one's experience of it.
Yes. I mean, that right. So, but they don't come in with political advice. Like Gandhi doesn't come and say, just tell the Egyptians I'm with them and they should get rid of that tyrant. He doesn't say stuff like that.
No. It's not. There's no specificity about things like that.
Or all the unemployment in
there
America.
are. Pope John Paul II came in and he did say that, and Mary Baker Eddy and there were some others that said that, religion is a human construct as opposed to spirituality or
Like John Lennon, imagine there's no religion, yes?
Exactly that kind of thing.
No one
And
sings
so-
to you, though, do they? Yeah, John didn't
No,
sing?
I haven't heard them sing. I've sung back to him, with his words,
Oh, to him? I didn't think
Well,
there
I
was
mean,
conversation.
the.
You feel
well-
they're around now? Are they here watching us?
Oh, I'm sure they are.
They are. And I thought
I
it was
don't-
just Vicky and Ted in this room.
Exactly.
And this is a small room. Do they have bodies, or could they squeeze in?
No,
like,
of course they don't have bodies.
So they could.
of
Oh, they
course
don't. You
can
don't have a
be,
body. How could you race a car without a body?
I don't know.
That'd be hard. Oh, but there's no bodies anymore.
No, they're just discarnate. So they're
But you can't see
no
them.
body.
You couldn't see couldn't see
They don't have
lemons. So do they smile or laugh?
No, I don't see them.
Oh, so there's no. I'm not sure I want to go to this place myself. No.
Oh yes, but you can travel just with a thought and all sorts of.
Yeah, but I like you. You
wonderful
have no.
things.
This is just on television. I'm saying this, but you have nice eyes. You have a lovely smile. I would miss you if you were just a spirit talking to me.
Oh, but I think that the vision that we have there is energy, and that's every. These aren't exact energies, but I mean, for instance, here these are the soul portraits that have been sent.
But would you rather see this or her? We're going to have a poll. Feel free to call CCTV. If you were going to the movies late tonight to see The Fighter, would you rather go with this, which is very nice? These are beautiful pictures. Let's see you get them. There they are. Who would you? We're gonna have a call in, and we'll report back to you next week. Who would you prefer to? So you can't. So you really can't kiss then, right?
No,
Or caress?
I don't believe.
Or
But
how do you
that's
dance if you don't have a body?
well, you're
Or
it's
energy.
energy, sure,
yeah.
And I'm sure there are ways of connecting with others, energetically, but I don't know what they are, or
Maybe if they're here and they hear these questions, they might answer. We have to have her back. There's going to be a big demand next year. We want more. The next book. We have the publisher in the room. More wisdom from beyond, or beyond wisdom from beyond, which might not be a bad. Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yes,
Thank
you can have it
Thank
for free
you.
for coming tonight. I just got it from John. We still have almost 5 minutes to get more wisdom from beyond.
Well, it will be interesting to see, and thank you for bringing the subject up. If the messages received in the future do take a different.
Yeah,
turn
they
or
might.
something.
So I'm gonna put it. Can I put in some questions?
Sure.
Okay. A cure for cancer would be very nice. I mean, it would be really, really nice. Do we have any doctors in here? Probably not. William James was a doctor. Did you know?
Yeah. Well.
William James is a medical doctor. So Will.
But you see, if I may interrupt,
Yes,
the
you
very
have this
nature
is-
of your question, you see,
you
is
can't do that?
physically oriented.
But
And-
for now, I mean, I was.
well, you are, but there are energetic reasons that cause disease and things that go on even in the human life. So that
Yes,
you see,
yes.
it's not so cut and dried as many people.
But
may
do they
think
know
that.
answers and they don't tell us? I mean, we're going to discover things. Do they know stuff and don't tell us? You're the woman. We've got. I mean, I have friends of mine who have cancer. I was diagnosed with cancer. You could be my savior.
I don't think it works quite like that.
Oh,
I'm-
nothing.
but-
Well, yes.
I mean, there's enormous love. There's no question of that. But I think that the experiences that we go through on Earth, and this is a lot of the messages refer to this. They are learning. They're necessary. They're teaching us more about how to give and receive love. I mean, that's sort of the big. Our eternal lessons, I think, are about that. But there is this constant growth that we need to be, and learning that we need to be doing, and it continues, and it's not just based on physical things,
Right, but we living here now need, like, what about all the poor people? Is there ways that we could feed them?
There are, and again, that's referred to that, without greed and hate and things that separate us constantly, and even
Yes.
religion separates us,
Yes.
into them and us.
But what are we going to do about that? I
So-
mean, the rich people are getting richer and the poor people are
They
losing
are,
their
but-
homes and their jobs. Is there any, who could tell us?
Well, they won't mention it. They will say that this is not necessary for life on Earth.
But they won't tell us how to
No,
change this.
that's our own.
I'm counting on you. Stay
That's
tuned
our
next year for more wisdom. Maybe we will get
So
these questions. Because did you know William James didn't pay or protested against the war in the Philippines? We went into the Philippines and took over from the Spanish who were colonizing the Philippines, and we took over in the beginning of the 1900s. And he was against that. And as Gandhi would be, big time. Gandhi would come up with great strategies. The British would say, you can't take salt from the sea, you've got to buy it from us. And so he would have a great idea. He'd say, let's have a 200-mile march. We'll go to the sea and we'll take the salt. We'll show them we're not gonna do what they want us to do. And he was successful eventually in getting Britain, to the strongest country in the world like we are now, to let India be free. So maybe he could. There's wild things going on in Egypt now. We need you to come up with some practical. He's very creative. Practical suggestions from Gandhi and James about what to do about all this oppression in the world.
It's a question, I think, of quantum, the quantity of that, and a book like this, and I think
Wisdom from Beyond. If you forget the name of it, you might need to channel somebody to remember the name. And do you remember the website? This is the question. Do you remember? Do I remember? The first thing is diamondclearvision.com. I remembered
You did.
without any help from beyond. I guess it's just being with you is helping my memory. And we only have
That's wonderful.
we have 30 seconds. You could give your final wisdom from here to the people who love you. Yes.
I was, my mind has gone blank.
That's the sign that she's going to be getting wisdom. Her mind is blank. We have gotten her into a great state. She's helped me. Yes. Oh, and this is the deepest wisdom of all. Be blank, everybody. Yes, and we're saying goodbye blankly. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Now we have to get out quickly because someone's coming in immediately, just like us.